What's going on? This is the Broadway Boys podcast, the Hockey Podcast Network, and we are back with episode 82 as we have the privilege of sitting down with our good friend Gibby, the birthday boy, drinking a little bit of White Claw on his birthday. Gib, how's it going?
Everything's great. Thrilled to be here.
All right, well, we're definitely happy to have you, Andy. You looking good, looking sharp tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I've got the OG Lady Liberty on. Thanks to the host of the Blue Notes podcast, Tom Franklin, here on the Hockey Podcast Network. He was nice enough to trade me. I traded him a Rick Nash Pro Stock stick for it, and yeah, it's a beautiful jersey, and I'm sure for reasons we'll get into. I don't know why they didn't incorporate a little bit more, but again, I'm getting ahead of myself. But yeah, I just thought it would be apropos considering tonight we're going to be talking all about the Adidas retro-reverse rollout. And yeah, because I'm sure everyone and their mother has an opinion on these jerseys. So, and I'm sure Gibby, worth the price of admission alone just to get his take on this. So I'm excited to talk about these things.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
For those that don't know Gibby, he's a diehard Devils fan. His most famous game that he's ever been to was when he called Scott Gomez a bum and made the papers the next day. So
That's right, I did.
So Gib, I'm pumped that you're here. I'm pumped that you're here on your birthday, and thanks for taking the time. So I guess we have a lot to get through, so we might as well start now.
Yeah, works for me. All right, well, let's pull this bad boy up. We're gonna go in order.
All right, so the
Excuse me.
first, I'll start with this one. This to me screams roller hockey. I know the Ducks wore this one, a while ago with Teemu Selanne, obviously famously wearing it. Roller hockey. I'm not really sure what the Duck is doing. He's breaking out of the ice. Why the Duck was underneath the ice to begin with is beyond me. Kind of confusing. I don't know what you got. Gibby, you go next. What do you have on this one? Because this one is.
Well, no, I was going to say it very much has like the old RHI feel, the old Roller Hockey International. I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
It looks like, yeah, RHI all the way.
My Sadie, my lovely wife, commented the fact that Wild Wing is so muscular made her a little uncomfortable. I mean, listen, as for me, in evaluating all these jerseys for the reverse retro reverse, whatever the F it is, I appreciate taking a risk. Like, they're clearly mostly geared towards a nostalgic period in time. So I like that some teams just embraced it. They're like, you know what, it's going to look a little dated, but that's fine. Like, you're going back in time. So some teams clearly really overthought this, and as we're going to get into, but I actually kind of like this one. And I find for the most part, people are really with the Anaheim one, they're either like really like this jersey or they really don't. I like it. It harkens back to the 90s, which I loved, watching hockey growing up. So I don't mind it. I don't think it's that bad.
It looks like something you'd see on a kitty T-shirt or something.
Yeah, like a
that you got a paint mark.
Or no,
Yeah.
what was the other one? It had like the dogs, and it would be like it had like a dog, and the Surgeon General said nothing about smoking the competition. Like
No fear.
Yeah, no fear.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah. Or like a Big Dogs T-shirt.
Big Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Anaheim, if the team sold this just Wild Wing jumping out through the ice on a T-shirt, I'd probably buy it. I'm not going to buy an Anaheim Ducks jersey, but I'd buy a T-shirt with Wild Wing just jumping through the ice. I think it's pretty cool. So I like this jersey. I'm going to give it a high mark, I think.
Now, I think the reason
No
why he looks
way.
so muscular is I think
he's got
supposed to
goalie
be the
equipment
goalie.
on.
Yeah, he's the goalie.
Yeah.
So
But it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to see though, because it's like they purposely made most of his gear white because they didn't want it to clash. Which I understand, which makes sense, but at the same time, it's like it's kind of hard. He just kind of looks like.
He could have put some shadowing in the fingers of that left glove of his. I don't know.
I agree. I think there are little things that maybe could have made it a little bit better, but I think for what they were trying to do in as sleek a way as possible, I think they got close.
Yeah.
Good
No, all
colors.
right. I mean, listen, they tried. Obviously, we're spending a lot of time on this one because this one is one of the more unique ones. My last point I will say on this one is that he should be wearing that jersey. Like, it just keeps going on forever. So,
a mirror on a mirror on a mirror.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Oh, that would be.
let's have Gibby rank it out of 10.
3.5, if even.
Wow.
The only thing I like about it is the color. I think the picture is ridiculous. And if I was a professional hockey player, I'd be mortified to put that on.
All right. On to the next one.
Yeah. I should be saying, if you're listening to this in podcast form, it would help to obviously pull up pictures of these while we go through. There's you can go to my Twitter at Captain Tennille, and there's a whole thread with one by one going in the order we're going on. So yeah, it'll be linked on when this podcast drops on Monday. The link for each picture will be on at Broadway Boys Pod. You can just click on that and go through. So that will obviously help you. But if you're watching, you can also watch this video on YouTube. So if you're listening to this, so yeah, go to our YouTube page, just search Broadway Boys Podcast on YouTube, and it should be there. It makes it much easier. Number 2, we have the Arizona Coyote, the Arizona Peyotes, I should say, with this jersey.
Yeah. I'll let one of you guys start.
All I'll say about this is another jersey that, again, with the retro reverse, I don't have the same standards. It's not like a third jersey. It's just like a weird kind of experiment. So I like this jersey. I like the colors. I like that they took a chance. It's it's kind of hard to see. I don't know what it's going to look. I think the question I have is, what color are the pants and the gloves going to be? Are they going to wear like desert orange pants and gloves? Because that'd be really cool.
Yeah. I like purple pants.
Purple pants.
Just go purple the entire way. I mean, listen, that would definitely look sharp. I love this jersey. This is definitely one of my favorite ones. I love the logo. I love the desert scene on the bottom. It just screams Arizona, and I love that they did it with purple. I love it.
That's actually what I dislike. I dislike the bottom desert scene. I think that looks a little hokey, but I do love the coyote mask or whatever sketch that is. I think that's really cool. But the crescent moon on the bottom, I don't know. I could do without that.
I think, I think it seems like we're all kind of in the same wheelhouse. It's like, we like it. They're taking a chance, so I appreciate it. Again, like I said, I'm really interested to see what it looks like with the full kit, because I do think a lot of these jerseys that I like and dislike could be make or break with what color pants they're wearing, what the socks look like. Things that I thought were boring might end up looking pretty cool, and things that I thought were like wild, then once I see them all together, I'll be like, okay, that makes sense and actually looks pretty sleek.
Purple socks.
So yeah,
I would be very nice.
Yeah, orange pants, the same color as the bottom of the jersey, and then purple socks. I think that would be cool as heck. And then purple gloves would be pretty mind bendy.
Or their socks.
Moving right along.
Or cactus.
Yes, cactus on the sock is a must. Next, up next we have the Boston Bruins.
I love the Bruins one. I think almost all the original 6 ones came out the best, of course. I could do without the white at the bottom of the sleeve, but I don't know. I love a Bruins jersey. I love the scared bear that they had a bunch of years ago. That thing, I loved it so much. It's the funniest logo in all of hockey.
Well,
I love a Bruins jersey. This is great.
There's 2 bears, because there's the one that they call like the bear that's like shitting in the woods, is the one that looks kind of smug, just like this. They call him like the Pooh Bear jersey. Yeah. And then this one is the scared one, where he's kind of just like, Like
his hair's all frizzy. It's great. I think that was the fun. I can't believe they put that on a jersey. It's so funny.
James, what are your thoughts on this Bruins jersey?
I'm with Gibby. I could do without the white on the sleeves. I do love the shoulder patch logos. I mean, that bear looks like.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah,
he's been through 4 rounds of the playoffs, and he's got that crazy look on him. He's all frizzled out. I think it's a clean looking jersey. Again, I agree with Gibby with the original 6. I think he's spot on. I think they did a good job with this one.
Yeah, I definitely think with the white on the bottom, if you just made that solid black, I'd get a lot more like Ray Bork or hell even Seabass himself, Cam Neely vibes, which would be cool. So yeah, It looks pretty clean. I like it a lot.
They could be setting it up for their gloves to really pop with the white.
Yes, that's
there.
true.
So again, I have to see what the full uniform.
Yeah, again, if they have white gloves, that might make it. Anyway, moving right along. Next, we have the Buffalo Sabres.
Oh,
yeah.
This is my first time even actually looking at this thing.
Yeah.
That buffalo across the waist is no, that's not going to work. Not at all. The logo's okay, but that buffalo across the crotch, basically, no,
Yeah.
Not at all.
I agree. I could do without this one. This is one of my least favorites. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I just think it's classic Buffalo. I mean, what else were they going to do? You knew they were going to screw it up somehow.
It almost looks like that's would be like where like the old like Thug Life tattoo would be on somebody over the belly button. It just says Buffalo.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, this jersey seems like the tough thing is Buffalo's history of jerseys is, especially in like the 90s, is very sorted. Like you have the Buffalo. I think you have the Buffa Slug in the late 2000s, which people make fun of mercilessly. You have I don't know how Buffalo fans feel about the black and red one, the one that Danny Briere was famous for wearing. But yeah, I know that the original had it, so yet another jersey they're trying to do like a real throwback, but I feel like they were trying to make this jersey cleaner somehow and still keep the lettering. I think it suffers for it. I think you either go all in on the hokey or you go all in on making it clean. But when you're trying to have it your way and eat it too, like I just don't.
This
it didn't work.
Jersey reminds me of a team that I would play in NHL hits called like the Sacramento Swords.
Yes, exactly.
So all right, let's go to the next one.
All right, go to the next one. The Calgary Flames. Hold on. There we go.
I love this jersey. So.
I
love it. It's nostalgic for me. I've always wanted one as a kid. The one thing I don't love about this, I don't love the angled sleeve trim, like the I don't even know what to call it.
The bars, how they're angled.
Exactly. The bars are how they're angled.
You'd rather them just be straight.
Yeah. I think I would rather them be straight. Like across the jersey too.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think it would be maybe a little bit better if they were straight, but it's a fresh looking jersey. That logo is awesome. I can't wait to see Matthew Tkachuk wearing this jersey. Like it's gonna look so cool. It just makes me think of Iginla, so that's obviously a good thing.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. What's up?
They used this logo at one point.
Yeah.
When?
What Iginla was
I don't remember the years specifically, but it was in the 2000s, right? Like
I believe it was like 02, 03.
Yeah.
I don't know, boys.
The one thing is it a horse or a dragon?
It's a horse.
We haven't
because they have the Calgary Stampede, the rodeo.
Right. I just envision a dragon, but I guess now
it looks like a flash tattoo. A tattoo you pick off the wall at some skeezy shop, or
exactly,
or if you go into like an old like hockey pro shop and you have to get your jersey, you got to get jerseys made for your whole team, and they have like logos on the wall.
It's an iron-on patch.
Yeah, an iron-on horse. Flames coming out of it.
I assume the Flames are going to have black pants and then black socks that have the same stripes on it. I think it'll look pretty clean on the ice. It'll look pretty good. So I don't hate it. I actually kind of like it. So just minor grievance with the angling of the stripes.
I love how I said Gibby rank all the jerseys out of 10, and we've done it for one jersey so far. So Gib, quick rank out of 10.
Quick.
Yeah.
6, because I really like the stripes that you don't like. I think those are cool.
All right.
The logo's terrible though. Horrible.
Okay. Up next, we have the Carolina Whalers. The Carolina Hurricanes throwing back to the Hartford Whalers. I like you know, it's good. I understand because they already did last season. They did a Whalers throwback, so I understand why they would put the gray to try to, you know. Although that was a time when the team when they had the gray jerseys, it's like that's when the team was really like on its last legs. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's okay. Like maybe just make if they made the white cream instead of gray, I might like it more. But it's all right. Like classic, the logo is all time, and I love the coloring of the blue and the green. So I think it's just if you made that gray cream, I'd like it a lot more.
Yeah, go ahead, Gib.
No, this is easily one of my favorite jerseys of them all, and I really don't like the whole like typically like the ironic like Whalers hat, Whalers jersey. They see people wear it, but I think this looks really cool. I love it. I think it fits. I think everything about it's good. The gray, the white, the blue, the green, the whale tail. It all looks awesome. I'm in 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you?
Okay.
Sorry, not to cut you off, James, but so with some of these jerseys, and we're going to get into it when we get to the Avalanche as well. So a point of contention it seemed for a lot of people during like when these dropped, people were like, yeah, that people seem to think it's disrespectful to have a throwback jersey to a team that's like a franchise that's moved on. So I guess in Carolina's case, like having a Whalers jersey. How do you boys feel about that?
I like this idea way better. I like that they use the old team. I love it, actually.
There's an old saying called "money talks." I can guarantee you they're selling a lot more Whalers jersey than it would a retro Carolina Hurricanes jersey. So
Carolina Hurricanes jersey is disgusting as it is. This is great.
They're going to keep coming out with these. I think it's probably if you took a poll across all NHL fans, I would imagine that the Hartford Whalers logo and color scheme has been one of the favorites out of everybody. So it's a no-brainer here. They had to go gray. I don't think there was another choice. I like it. I'm curious to see. This one could be one of those ones where I hate it when they suit up, though. So I like the jersey. Could be weird when they suit up.
Yeah, because if they're probably green. Well, they're probably going to go. I assume they go either blue or green pants and then gray socks.
Blue pants, yeah. Yeah.
Well, when they wore green pants when they wore the Whalers jerseys last season, right? So
yeah.
So they'll probably most likely wear green pants with gray socks. But again, you know, one of the best logos in the history of the NHL, and it just makes me think of what Mallrats, right? You know, breakfast is come and go, Renee. But Hartford, the Whale, they beat Vancouver maybe once, twice in a lifetime. All right, so we're moving on. Gibby, out of 10, what do you think?
I think I gave it what? That's 9.5. I think that's good. That is good, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a few ones that I'm going to rate really high.
Okay.
All right.
Chicago Blackhawks.
I just feel like I've seen their logo a million times. I think it would have been really cool to. I mean, obviously it's a reverse retro, so you're going to get like an old logo.
Yeah.
I would like them to use the word Hawks maybe going down the front of the jersey, like almost throwing it back to the Rangers a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cooler than that.
That would have been cool. Obviously, original 6. I love the colors. Again, I just feel like I've seen that logo before. You know what I mean? It's just not new. It's not fresh to me.
Gibby, what do you think?
I actually really like the logo. I like the circle. I like the colors, obviously. I'm not crazy about the red stripe at the bottom or the red stripe on the bottom of the sleeves, rather. But it's 6 out of 10. I have no gripe with this. True gripe, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd be happy if the Devils looked like that. That's for sure.
Oh, man. We're going to get into that. But I don't know about this one. I understand you're kind of handcuffed because the Hawks have had to like dig out so many classic jerseys for the Winter Classic.
Yeah.
You know, they've been in how many of them now? Like 10. So it's like they've almost exhausted what they had to do. But yeah, I don't know. I just wish it does. There's something about it. It just doesn't excite me. So I don't know. It's fine, I guess. But I'm not the biggest fan. So
and I like their logo, like their crest normally. I just don't like the
This one
black
doesn't
on
look good.
Chicago. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah, I think, and we're gonna get into with the original 6 teams is that like these aren't your third jerseys. Like these are called retro reverse for a reason. Like it's almost giving you carte blanche to like play. So like you said, James, would it be cool if you got rid of that and just it said like Hawks or Blackhawks or whatever, or Chicago just going down? Like I think that would look cool. So these aren't your third jerseys. I think a lot of teams overthought this, especially the original 6 teams. But I'm sure we'll get into that. Okay, so this is my favorite, the Colorado Avadiques.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Andy. You started off.
Man, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's glowing. Like I love everything about it. You knew it was going to be a Nordiques flashback, and I'm like, how do you tie it in? I feel like they could have really overthought this to try to tie it in, and they said, nope, we're just going to do a really clean Nordiques jersey and just make them, just pop the maroon from the current, replace the reds and the blues with just something a little bit more modern to the Avs current jerseys, and it's beautiful. Thank God, I'm so happy they went with white instead of trying to go with blue. I assume they're going to wear it with the pants and the gloves are really going to make it. I would, imagine, just with white socks and maroon gloves, like this could be absolutely beautiful. So it looks.
I hope they incorporate the blue trim that's around that N into some other part of their uniform.
Well, that's the thing though, is that because there was a footage floating around of McKinnon trying out new stuff, and he had blue gloves, and then there's another picture of Mikko Rantanen who had blue pants with the same color trim, like practicing. So that might be what's going on here, Gib. They might wear blue pants that have that color in it. So that'd be pretty cool. But I can't wait to see those on the ice. They're absolutely gorgeous. This is the only retro reverse jersey I've actually like. A part of me is like, I kind of want, like,
Andy, couldn't agree more with you. I love it. When the rumors were floating around that they were throwing it back to the Nordiques, they have such a cool jersey to begin with. I was a little nervous that they were going to almost ruin it, but I think they complemented it perfectly. I love the color scheme. I love, I just love everything about it. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't change a single thing. Again, I am very curious to see how it looks overall, but it's very promising. So I'm very excited.
Something about it reminds me of some kind of like European soldier, like some old European soldier's uniform of some sort. But I love it. I love that there's no stripes on the sleeve, that it's just the bottom trim of the burgundy. I'm a big burgundy guy. And yeah, this is a 9.5 or a 10 out of 10. They really hammered this one. It's awesome.
Nice.
All right.
I'm glad we're all in agreement.
Yeah.
I was ready to, like, if someone was like, oh, I hate it, I was gonna throw down.
No, I don't think there shouldn't be anybody that hates that jersey.
Well, tale of two cities, the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Well, I want to start off, Andy. Can you please tell what your wife said about this one? Because I think there's nothing more accurate that's ever been said in the history of words.
So the other day when this all was going down, I asked my wife, who, is just not really a hockey fan, but just is a casual watcher. And I said, I wanted her sartorial expertise on, what do you think of all these jerseys? And when she got to this one, she says she didn't like the logo because it looked like a sign that would be outside of a honky tonk bar, like with their let it be. And she's right. It's, I understand it's like Columbus doesn't have a lot of history to go off of. I've just never liked that logo. I just don't think it doesn't, like, it's not like, if you don't have the history, then you want at least to be like really unique. I just think it just looked like a poorly designed logo from the start. Like, it's hard to make out. Like, you can kind of see that's a B, but there's a lot going on, and then there's a star on top of the hockey stick, and
it's the only C and the B, right? It's supposed to be the C and the B.
Yeah, but it's like
the J and the hockey.
You really have to like look at it first. It's not super clean. There's a lot going on. I will give them credit. I do like the cuffs, the blue star cuffs on the bottom of the sleeves. That's pretty. I think that's an original idea. I really like that. But there's nothing else about this jersey I like, unfortunately. I don't like the color blocking. It's kind of weird. Like they went with the white going all the way around the, over the collar and down the sleeves. It just seems like it's all over the place. It doesn't seem focused. Like, either they could have took that logo and try to make it a much more streamlined, cleaner jersey, but you're going to put this on there. They're going to wear, blue pants, the same colors as that bar on the bottom. And it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot to look at. It's going to be, it's just, I'm not a fan, but if you like it, more power to you. I just don't.
I think it looks like something for an AHL team. Something about it just screams like minor league hockey to me. I do like I like the navy trim at the bottom. I like that a lot. 4 out of 10 AHL.
Yeah. I wonder if you made that. What if you made that the same color that's the trim? What if you did that over the red, like we're going down the sleeves and up the collar? Might that be better? No. Might be a lot. It might be a lot. That navy bar. You see how you have white going up the sleeves and the collar. What if you made that? That white was navy instead, and maybe you made the stripe white instead of I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to save this thing. It does. I don't like it.
Don't try to save it. It's the honky tonk forever.
It's the honky tonk jersey.
I see the C, I see the B, and is the hockey stick supposed to be a J with a little star on top? There's a lot of stars happening on this jersey. I would have preferred the actual blue jacket itself, like the insect.
The bumblebee?
Oh, yeah, Stinger.
Stinger, yes.
Yeah, they should have did a Stinger jersey. I would have been on board for.
Or the cannon. I would have liked the old cannon. That would have looked cool.
But you know what? I feel like if I was having my bachelor party or something in like, I don't know if I would ever have it in Columbus, but like in Texas, I'd bring this shirt because it's like a honky tonk. Like it's like the CB could stand for Cowboys, or something like that.
Yeah,
I thought it was for Nashville. I really thought it was going to be the Nashville one when I was still figuring out. Like, I had no idea what that was, and I hadn't gotten to Nashville yet. When I saw this, I was like, "Was this the Predators?" Like, because it looked like, an old honky tonk for real. Like,
no, yeah, exactly. No such luck. Moving on. The Dallas Stars.
All right, I'm going to start off with this one. This is getting a lot of love, and I'm not really sure why. All I see is the word Dallas. I could barely see the stars. I feel like it's a good try off a cool concept, but they swung and they missed big time.
Gibby, what are your thoughts?
I don't hate it, don't love it. I see what they're doing with the star being, incorporated into the whole jersey. I could do without that on the chest or like into the belly, but I like the angled on the sleeves. I like the silver font. I like the color scheme with the green and the black. I like this. 6.3.
6.3 from Gibby. I like this jersey. I think, like I had mentioned up top, though, whatever color pants, gloves, and socks I go with is going to make or break it. I think if they just stick to this really sparse white and silver trim aesthetic, I think it'll look amazing on the ice with just slight trim. But if you wear the second you put like this over black pants or something, I think it's done and it doesn't work. And it's stupid.
No, they got to wear green pants with green gloves.
It either has to be like, either green pants, that shade of green pants and gloves with white, or hell, I'd even say just do a full white kit. I think this, because it's so sparse, I think it could work. But that's what I think. But I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. But I think that looks better than black pants.
Horrible.
I think the word stars need to be trimmed a little bit darker with like black or something, so it pops a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, like over the perimeter of the letters, you're saying?
Yeah, I
can see that.
This could be saved for me, though. This is not. I'm not throwing it away as a failure. I need to see the full thing.
Yeah, I do like the trying to outline the star. I think that's pretty cool. Like Gibby had said, maybe they should have just leaned more into that instead of making it so stark. But I like this one personally, so I'm gonna give it props. Up next, we have another very stark jersey, the Detroit Red Wings. Now, this looks like a practice jersey, right? Like, who's going to pay money for this?
I mean, this is a practice jersey. If you've seen the NHL practice jerseys, this is like what they sell on. This is like what they sell at like a local hockey pro shop. Like, if you're just a Red Wings fan and you can't really get the real thing, or it's just like one of those like throwaway jerseys that you can wear, learning how to play hockey almost. Like, this is like not a good jersey. Like, this is crazy. This is an original 16.
I kind of like it. I don't know. It's very simple. I like it a lot. Like, they're not trying to reinvent the wheel in Detroit. I like it a lot.
I love two-tone jerseys. Don't get me wrong. I love Montreal. I love Detroit. Obviously, they're original.
Montreal.
I would want to see the gray be red. And then just leave it like that. Keep the two-toned, and that's it.
No, not for me.
I agree with you, James. The gray I don't really get it. Like, if it was just like you said, if it was red, those 3 bars were red, and then you had red pants and then white socks with red bars on. I know it would look too much like their away jersey, but yeah, I don't know. Right now, as is, it looks like a practice jersey, and that's my biggest concern with it.
I'm sorry. Did they take a picture of this guy at a loading dock?
They took a picture of all of them at a loading dock or some sort.
This is the first time I noticed that these people are just standing in front of a loading dock.
No, because it's trying to reinforce that you can wear these out of the house. You look cool walking through your city with your jersey on.
Hockey jerseys have never looked cool, unless you're playing hockey. In my opinion.
I don't know. I saw a guy walking around with the OG, the Mighty Ducks 1 jersey, and he had, he had a snap, he had it over, a hoodie under it, and then a snapback on, and I'm like, that guy's cool, I doubt he even watched hockey. I think he just thought it looked cool. So
yeah.
Did he have a player on the back?
No. Which again, I think it's just one of those things like, someone who doesn't watch hockey. It didn't say like Conway on the back or Banks on the back or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The Edmonton Oilers. This jersey I feel is very divisive. I think I've seen a lot of people that really like this one, and I've seen a lot of people that think it's like unoriginal and boring. I think I like it. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but I think I like it. It's not, again, they're definitely not reinventing the wheel with this one, but yeah, I feel like it does throw it back a bit, making the spaces between the bars a little bit bigger. It definitely has an older feel to it, but it's without trying to, I was wondering if they were going to remember for the while the Oilers had those like Todd McFarlane designed jerseys that were like gray with like the weird gear and the drop of oil. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was weird, but that would have been interesting, but they didn't overthink this one. They're like, we're just going to make it look like something you wish Wayne would wear. And then here you go.
Bingo. I think you hit it right on the head. They want to throw it back to, the glory days of Wayne Gretzky playing. I think McDavid's going to look sharp in this one. I like it a lot. I like how they spaced out the bars a little bit. And I think Edmonton does such a better job. I mean, I know we'll get there. They do such a better job rocking the orange and blue than the Islanders.
Yes.
Yeah.
My only gripe with this jersey is that there's 3 stripes on the sleeve. I feel like it's a bit much. They could have just done 1 orange and 1 blue and maybe made them like a little bit thicker. But I think this is going to look good on like a big bodied hockey player for some reason. I feel like this will look really good on Leon, big old Leon. I think, yeah, good jersey. But and maybe even edit this out so I don't sound like a complete idiot if it's that dumb of a question. But why does it always look like their letters are melting?
Well, because it's oil. It's dripping into the earth, Gibby.
That's what that is?
It's if you look at it, like it's like, because you're an oiler, you're extracting oil from the ground, and that blue is you're extracting the Oilers logo out of the ground.
Into the forest, or into the ground. What did you say?
Well, I'm not sure if it's coming out or it's dripping in, but I assume it's just oil. That the Oilers logo is coming out of the ground is what I think is going on.
It looks like a red crayon or some
I think it's supposed to be, the oil, the things that extract the oil. I think that's what they're supposed to represent and how they go into the ground. This could be bad. This could be an awful look for us right now.
Is the I and the L supposed to be one of them like oil towers?
I think it's just the words. I don't see anything. There is some guy in Western. There's some guy in Alberta right now is like flipping every table in his living room listening to this. He's like, "Are you idiots?
Yeah.
All right, moving on before we
We're-
have the
we're
province
sorry.
of
We're
Alberta. Well,
sorry.
yes, we're sorry. The Florida
Oh.
Panthers.
Go ahead,
Oh
Gibby.
yeah, I love this one. I think it's so clean, so crisp. I love the gold, the white, and the red. I like the angled sleeves. That cat, I'm afraid of cats. That cat is no different. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. 10 out of 10. Awesome jersey. Unbelievable. I would
James,
love to wear.
what do you think?
I love the logo. I'm a huge fan of this logo. It brings me back to when they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I believe it was that 97, something like
Yeah.
that.
Well, they got bounced.
Or
Let's
I'm sorry.
see.
Yeah, they went to Eastern Conference Finals. No.
Yeah. Well, so the Rangers beat them in a playoff series, right? With Gretzky.
Yes.
And then the Avalanche and Peter Forsberg absolutely destroyed them. What year was that? Was that the year the Avalanche? I can't remember. But they had back in the day when they had Pavel Bure and Beezer and a
Mellenby.
few
I
other
want to get a Mellenby jersey.
Scott Mellenby. Yeah. So like. I would, yeah, maybe. I know I said I would. The only one I would consider getting would be that one. But honestly, like, if someone said like if I don't know how much these cost. I assume they're a princely sum. But I don't know, man. Like, if someone said you can get a retro reverse Pavel Bure jersey, I'd be like pretty tempted to get it.
Oh, absolutely.
I would want it for Vancouver though, not for this.
I don't know. I like weird jerseys, especially players. So yeah, but no, you guys are both right. I love the logo. I love the colors. They went for it. It looks older. Without they didn't get too worked up on trying to make it look like old but new. They're just like, let's just make it look kind of classic. Make everything a little bit chunkier, bigger logo, and maybe try to at least streamline it just enough, and it works. I think it works. I love this jersey. I think it looks great. I think they're gonna wear red pants and socks that was similar blue and gold on it. They're gonna look gorgeous. So high marks for me. All right. Up next, the Los Angeles Kings. Now harkening back to before Gretzky got there. I don't know what year they moved to the black and the gray, but Rogie Vachon, trying to think, those Kings in the early 80s and late 70s.
I like the purple and gold. I think it's pretty unique. I think it looks sharp. I'm curious to see how it looks like in a full uniform. But other than that, I kind of like this one. I know people kind of have given it the like a blah treatment, but I think it looks sharp. I think there's if I'm a Kings fan, I genuinely like this one.
So obviously, I think it's like, younger people are mistakenly saying like, oh, they took the Lakers colors or whatever, not understanding that those colors were, Kings colors, like I said, going back to when they, the late 70s. So I'm with you, James. I like it. I'm not, it's not, again, this is a jersey that's not exactly reinventing the wheel. They just took that classic logo and just tried to make it look as clean and vintage as possible. And with all these, it's like, I try to think, like, if I was in a rap video, like, would I be comfortable wearing this jersey? I definitely would. So I think, I think it looks fine. It doesn't bowl me over, but I do think it's a good, pretty nice looking jersey. So I like it.
You'll see a lot of these at the Laker games.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I do wonder.
Rank it out of 10, because I feel like you're a little. I feel like you're talking to yourself in your head right now.
I just don't like purple. I don't really like the color purple. It just reminds me of Grimace from the McDonald's commercials, but it's not obnoxious, but it's just not, I don't like the color purple at all.
Wait, can we open up this can real quick? What's wrong with Grimace?
What is he?
I don't know. You tell me. Like what? You got a problem with him?
He's just some kind of creature.
Yeah, he's the Grimace.
You got Ronald. He's a clown. He's a person. Right. You got the Hamburglar. He's a crook. Love a crook. And then they just roll around with this purple monster who really, what's he bringing to the table?
All right.
What does Grimace do other than just stand there in McDonald's commercials?
All right, Andy, take over while I look up what Grimace is.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
anyway, this is a 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I do wonder
Maybe-
what pants and gloves they're gonna wear with this. Do they
Why
go?
I also don't like this because it requires them to wear a yellow helmet, and I don't know. The yellow helmets just give me the skivvies. I don't like a yellow helmet.
I wonder they might wear a purple helmet, but they most likely are gonna wear a yellow helmet
No
and yellow gloves.
way they're gonna wear a purple helmet with this thing.
Yeah, I assume it's gonna be a yellow helmet and yellow gloves.
They used to wear yellow helmets too.
You think they're gonna wear purple pants with this bad boy, or?
Oh God, yeah, probably. I've never seen somebody with a clean yellow helmet. Everybody I've ever seen that wears a yellow helmet, it looks like it was made in the Stone Age. I don't know.
That's true.
Ugh.
Grimace
What's
is a character featured
Sorry.
in McDonald Land commercials. He's a large purple anthropomorphic.
Anthropomorphic.
Thank you, Andy.
Yeah.
Indeterminate species with short arms and legs. He is known for his slow-witted demeanor. His most common expression is the word "duh" before every sentence. And Grimace is an eating machine which can consume copious amounts of McDonald's food at an alarming rate and thinks of only eating McDonald's food all the time.
Well, I despise McDonald's, so Grimace he's public enemy number one.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I don't like him.
Gibby hates McDonald's. Gibby's rolling up with Dave Thomas forever. So anyway,
Chipotle, baby.
okay.
No, I fuck with McDonald's. I don't like the clown.
Okay. The Minnesota Wild. Now, here's another jersey I like. The only thing I don't like is just at this point, why would you just not do the North Stars logo? Right?
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, like
you're
wrong?
1,000%.
Yeah,
I feel like the people of Minnesota are still butthurt about that.
I agree. I think that's exactly why they didn't do it.
Well, yeah, and that's why I had said, because it's one thing if the franchise, within the case of the Whalers or the Nordiques, where there's not a team that has then subsequently moved there, but when you have like the Arizona Coyotes that used to be the Winnipeg Jets, and then you have the Dallas Stars that used to be the Minnesota North Stars, and now they've had they have new franchises in those cities, but are kind of trying to adopt. You have that weird gray area. So, I don't know if it was a contractual thing that like maybe they can't do the North Stars logo. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know. It's still like as is. It's still a clean jersey, and so if they had legal hoops or something stupid, they just couldn't do it. Like I guess it makes sense. It's a pretty good jersey then, but it just looks like my eyes wish it was just that North Stars end, and that's really the only thing that's wrong with it.
You're 100% right, and I feel like there probably isn't legal hoops because I bought a North Stars T-shirt from NHL store, but only a year or two ago, so they could still make it.
Well, I know they can, but in terms of I don't know if it's like revenue for the teams, like I don't know how that works. So it's one thing to get a defunct one. Yeah, I'm not. Who knows?
I actually kind of like this jersey, though. I really do. I think it's pretty good. Nothing crazy. Yeah,
the thing is,
7.
The Minnesota Wild have actually an underrated logo. Like the beast, within that logo is cool. The star is like the eye. The mouth is the stream. I'm digging this logo with the colors, but yeah, you're right. I mean, obviously a North Stars jersey would look super sharp because it's such a cool jersey to begin with, but they are the Minnesota Wild, and I kind of like that they kept it within their own, and it's a different perspective of the logo with different colors. And I don't know why, but I hate the Minnesota Wild. I hate when the Rangers play them. I just feel like they're just like an old team that just like annoys me and always like lingering around that like final playoff spot. So I like it that they're like fresh and new. It's giving me a new outlook on the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah, I think they should go back to or at least maybe try to get away from the forest green and go back towards, the older North Star colors. Maybe you can't have the logo, but you can still have the colors. So
Yeah, I
anyway,
wouldn't mind seeing this permanently.
no, all right. The Bleu Blanc et Rouge Montreal Canadiens, the Montreal Canadiens. I love it because we talked about taking risks before. Here's an original 6 team that says we're going to take a risk and we're just going to damn near invert the colors, and they did, and it looks dope. So good for them. They didn't overthink this too hard. It's like, because I definitely know I'm sure there's some teams that were like, oh, we're this. We could never have our logo in this, our jersey in this color or whatever. But they did. So this is cool.
I love it. Yeah. This is one of my top 3, I think.
Yeah,
it is a really high 9.8 out of 10. The trim is great. The colors are great. I love the blue. It's awesome. No complaints whatsoever. It's beautiful.
I agree. I mean, I don't know how you say perfection in French, but that's what it is. It's unbelievable. I love this jersey. I think it looks super sharp. I'm glad an original 6 team went for this kind of look. I think it works, and I think it'll just look even better when, they're suited up.
Yeah. You assume they'll wear red pants and then blue socks with the red stripe on them, and they will just look beautiful. And with red gloves, they'll look real nice.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. The Nashville Predators. Here's another jersey that I don't know how to feel about this one, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't hate it, but I also don't love it. Like, it does definitely harkens back to those like 90s or at least early 2000s Predators jerseys, but
they had like silk.
Yeah, they weren't. Yeah. I just don't. It's just fine. It's okay.
Listen, I never liked the Predators colors. I'm not sold on navy blue and yellow and then you mix in gray, and I don't know. Weren't they like silk, like the colors or the material back in the day? It was like almost like a little shiny ish.
Maybe, yeah.
Like the gray was. I don't know. I don't like their jerseys. I don't think this is like awful or anything. I just don't like navy blue and yellow together. I think it just, ugh. No, not for me.
There's just not enough going on.
Right.
It looks like it's not. Yeah. If you had told me this was an actual jersey they wore, I guess, in the early 2000s, I'd be like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. And that's like, I don't know. Maybe there might be some Predators fans who love this. I just don't. It doesn't move the needle for me either way. It's like not offensive to my eyes, but it's also not like, yeah, it's just not. I'm not like super stoked on it. So, but who knows? Maybe that means it's just an okay jersey if you're a fan. But I'm not.
You took the word out of my mouth. That's exactly like if you told me this was their regular jersey now, I probably wouldn't argue with you. I don't exactly watch Nashville Predators hockey, very often. So, 5.
All right, the Gibby has spoken. We give it a 5. All right, this is what we've been waiting for. The New Jersey Devils. Now, James and I are going to give our opinions first, and then you're going to go because you're the resident Devils fan, Gib. James, What are your thoughts on this jersey?
Love it. I love Christmas. I love the colors. I love everything about it. I love it. Listen, I'm a Rangers fan, but I just love seeing the Devils. It reminds me of back in the day, Devils hockey. It's just old school. It just has a good feel to it. And I'm not 100% sold on the bottom of the actual jersey. I think they should have just made it green all the way down, but I think they are going to look super sharp. It's unfortunate that they're not going to get too many wins in this jersey, but overall, I think they look really sharp.
I agree, James. I think it looks very nice. Again, maybe a little too much going on with the striping. You could have cleaned it up just a little bit. From talking to other Devils fans and the one who is sitting 2 boxes below me, apparently, and I heard this with the Islanders too, that one bone of contention for a lot of them was that for older Devils fans, like the teams that wore these jerseys weren't exactly the best teams. They didn't morph
into. Horrible.
They weren't. Wait, so And also, apparently, Devils fans have been clamoring for like a black jersey for a while now. So they were all mad it wasn't black. So with that being said, Gibby, the floor is yours. Just tell us all of your thoughts.
Half the things I was going to say. This jersey just brings me back to the days of when you could smoke inside the Meadowlands Arena, and they were playing horrible hockey. This jersey, the green and red Devils jersey, makes me think Wayne Gretzky was right when he said it was a Mickey Mouse organization. It looks like something a cartoon hockey team would wear. And it doesn't bring me back any like good nostalgia, any good like memories. Nothing good really happened with this team until they got rid of this jersey. And I think that the white stripe on the sleeve, pointless. The white stripe at the bottom, pointless. But it's not even about that. It's about the Devils' desperate need to think that they can make something look cool, and they will fail and fail and fail and fail and fail again. They will never, ever, ever get anything right. And this is it. This is just a prime example of I hate this. You know what I would have liked, and I can't even speak to how good the team was, is if they went back to like an old Colorado Rockies jersey with the blue and the red and the yellow. See, I like that. Like, at least that's – I've seen this jersey. I already hate this jersey. I didn't need to see this again. At least the Rockies jersey would be like, oh, this is different. I can watch a team losing something different. The only thing this jersey was good for is they would beat the Penguins every St. Patrick's Day when they would do the throwback jersey. For some reason, they did it every year around Thanksgiving. Obviously, for green, the genius minds over there. Oh, green, St. Patrick's Day. Wow. And they would always beat the Penguins. That's my only positive memory with this jersey. Ugh.
Well, we couldn't have said it any better than that. I think James and I were trying to envision being a Devils fan and like going to well, it would have been nice if under normal circumstances you're going to a December home game and they have these on and the Christmas is in the air. Would have been nice, but again,
I don't want to think about Santa's elves when I'm watching my hockey team. I want a team to be mean. I want a team to be tough. I want the other team to be afraid. Would you be afraid to line up against somebody wearing that jersey? Hell no. Look at that thing.
Listen, all I'm saying is that, envision yourself stumbling out of the arena drunk. You just lost 5-1 to the New York Rangers. Lafreniere and Kakko scored 2 each. You're going to the bar across the street to drink your $1 PBRs. And you got your nice green Devils jersey on, and you're about 8 points out of the playoff spot with like 13 games left to go.
Jack Hughes left early in the second period. Was helped to the locker room, and no one knows what's going on.
And he could only be so lucky.
I'm sure Gibby could
have to pay me money to wear that jersey.
Well,
that's not.
Sounds like someone's
they failed.
We'll leave it at that because I'm sure Gibby could go all night on his feelings of jersey. Up next, the New York Islanders. Now, I am of the belief that they had an awesome fisherman throwback or something worked up, and Lou Lamoriello, who has never had fun in his entire life, was like, "No, this is what we're doing." And then they're like, "Lou, that's just literally our jersey with the blue like 2 shades darker." And he said, "Exactly." And he just left the room, and that's what they had to do. James, what are your thoughts on this chunky mess of a jersey?
I mean, it's the classic Islanders. They fucked it up. I mean, I'm so happy that they fucked it up. I really am. Like, I'm so happy they screwed the pooch here. This poor girl, has spent her entire life, probably in the modeling agencies, and she finally gets an awesome gig to model, the new retro-reverse jerseys for the NHL, and she gets the friggin' Islander jersey that is not even a reverse. They just different shade of blue, and she probably Googled what the jersey used to look like because she's like, I don't like this. Doesn't look right. It's the same jersey except darker blue.
Yeah,
they're the New York Islanders. They have a ton of history. They couldn't do anything.
This is another case where apparently the younger people, 30, 35 and younger, in their 30s and younger were clamoring. They want to kind of like take back the fisherman's jersey. Because I guess maybe they were just a little too young to like really experience the heartache, because they think it's like, oh, it's, we're going to embrace it. But the older fans are like, absolutely, like Gibby said, absolutely not. Like they don't want, they don't want Ranger fans to chant, we want fish sticks and all this stuff. So they, and I think Lou is trying to bring some legitimacy to the organization, and who knows, because the Islanders have had some, I mean, if they were going to, I guess they were trying to make it look classic, just go chunkier, but it's such a miss. This is another missed opportunity. Like, and listen, I'm not saying this because I'm a Rangers fan and I want to dunk on the Islanders. I'm like, they could have did something cool here. It's just, they literally, this is like when you're in school and you have all month to do a book report and you wait till the night before and you're like, here's my book report. And it's just clear, like the most half-assed thing ever. It's just, it just, there's nothing, like no original thought went into this. They just made it darker and then made the blocks chunkier just so it looked a little bit classic, and that's it. And I think it flies in the face of the spirit of what they were trying to do here. It just,
I hope they give this girl a little extra cash in her check, because to have the model the New York Islander jersey, and what a disaster. It's going to be the least clicked, the least bought. No one's going to want this thing. It's just, and I love it. I love it that they failed. I love it. It's classic Islanders.
Give me now
the contrarian here. I actually kind of like it. I think the dark blue looks really good. I've always hated the Islanders logo because I despise Long Island in general. But I actually, why would anybody make their logo just Long Island? It's a very strange concept for a logo. But I really actually like the color scheme. I really like the dark blue. And you know what? I hope this girl got the same pay, because I'd be honored to wear that jersey. That's a nice looking jersey.
I can't. Will never be the number one organization in the Metro.
I really do. I think it's great.
All right, let's move on. So we got a few more to go.
That's very funny. I never knew they did that, and that's funny. That's clever stuff.
All right. Gibby, moving right along, Gib, what do you think about the Rangers Lady Liberty revival?
I don't hate it. I don't like it. I'm pretty jealous of the Rangers in general. Like, just the way they seem to run their franchises a lot better than anything I'm dealing with in recent years. I don't love this jersey. It looks like pajamas, I guess. I saw somebody say that, and I think that's fair. Like, you give this to, like, a teenage boy to wear to bed, maybe. I don't know. 5 out of 10. It's just, it doesn't do anything for me one way or the other.
Yeah. James, you wanna go at this one?
Yeah, it'll be really quick. I mean, they should have made the collar red. They should have made the stripes on the side a little bit thicker, and they should have done something on the bottom of the jersey. I mean, I think they really thought they were being slick by keeping it simple, but it's just kind of boring. I mean, it's a shame. They had an opportunity to do something that could have popped and different and kind of break away from that original 6 boring trend that they always kind of find themselves strolling along with. So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
I pretty much feel the same way. There's just not enough going on. And by now we've seen so many people that made little tweaks in Photoshop that looked like 10 times better and worth the price of admission. I mean, I said before, a lot of these will be made in make and break with the gloves and the pants. So just for context, the Rangers did tweet out what the rest of the kit's going to look like. James, have you seen this yet?
Yeah, they did.
Hold on, I can actually
modeling it.
Yeah, I can pull it up. Just give me a second. Let's do this. Here we go. This thing right here. So red pants. It looks a little bit better because it's like the pants obviously help the rest of the sparseness of the rest of it kind of pop more. It's still just not enough. Like,
not enough. The socks are not. That's not thick enough on the socks. Look weird.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I'm sorry. I needed more, and they.
Yeah.
I was hoping to get a new jersey, and I'm not gonna get it.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Unfortunately, the only thing good to come out of this is I like that they're gonna do gloves that are mostly blue with the red cuff right here. Yeah. That I like. That's maybe the only good thing that is gonna come out of this.
I'll get a pair of gloves.
Yeah, If it pro stock gloves, I'd get, and a part of me was hoping they would do something a little different with the pants. Even if you have to keep it red, maybe just have like a bigger blue block on it or something. But nope, the Rangers, like they overthought the original 6 thing, and they're just like, we can't mess with, so they they overthought it. All right.
Yep.
But all right,
All right,
moving on, because we got to be quick.
Yeah,
Rapid fire. Here we go. Chrome tab. Here we go. Ottawa Senators.
I like it. I think it looks sharp. I like the stripes along the arms. I think it's different and cool how they like kind of hit the numbers, and that's all I got for that.
Yeah, the black bar on the bottom, a little too thick. Not sure what it's doing there. Maybe they could have just made it the very bottom instead of just floating over the belly. But it's fine. I love the. I know the Sens are going back to the 2D logo. I like that so much better than the current one where the Centurion's kind of looking at you, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
I like this. I like that logo better.
Yeah, this
one's
definitely better. No, I forgot that they changed their logo to that guy who's giving you the stink eye. I like that much better.
Yeah. All right. Next, Philadelphia Flyers. Now,
this one's been out for a while. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think I assume we're all going to say the same thing. It's almost there. The white on the sleeves is killing me, though. I don't know why you felt you need to do that. Just not make it black all the way down or make the white just like a bar. It's just, I think it was almost there. I think they were 85% of the way there, and they just messed up on the sleeves.
I have one comment on this. I think they kind of look like a mushroom or something else that I won't say out loud. With the orange and the white.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing it now. And that's all I'm gonna be able to see now.
Yep, and it's even got the little thing on top where P could have come out of. So that's all I see.
Yeah,
sorry.
Just don't know what's going on with this. All right, rapid fire. Moving on. Pittsburgh Penguins.
Are we all right? Sorry. I'll go with this one. I think your wife hit the nail on the head. Pittsburgh is very confusing. It's a tough word to spell in general, and I don't really like how many letters they goes down. But it's kind of a cool throwback to a cool time in Penguins history with that jersey.
I feel exactly the same way. The jersey, it like on the one hand, aesthetically, I'm like, but it does hit that note of like those Pens jerseys, those Penguins teams that were dominant with Mario and Yager. So to that end of work. So I'd give it a 5 out of 5. I don't
different shades of yellow, or am I just seeing things?
I'm not sure. I can't tell this. I can't tell from those pictures. So I can either confirm.
Like, does that second tee look like substantially like a different shade of yellow than the first tee?
I can't tell.
The letters are different colors. That's truly foul, but whatever.
Yeah.
That's horrible if that's how that actually looks. And that's just not the lighting in the picture.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll see it later date. All right. San Jose Sharks. James, what do you think?
They went for it. I think it looks cool. I actually like the gray. Curious to see what the whole outfit looks like, the whole uniform setup. So pumped to see it. I like the Sharks logo.
I think this is a dope jersey. I'm a big fan. I'm sure Nick for the Stick Hungry will be happy to hear about that. Yeah, I think this is a cool jersey. I think it does everything you want it to do. It kind of feels like a throwback jersey. It's a little bit take. I usually don't like gray on jerseys, but they just kind of made it work. It's part of their color or OG color palette, and it works. And yeah, this is another one of the select jerseys from this line that I might even think about getting, especially if Ozzie Wiesblatt can make the NHL one day, which I hope he does. I would absolutely get an Ozzie Wiesblatt Sharks jersey like this.
Who the hell is Ozzie Wiesblatt?
He just got drafted by San Jose this year.
From Vander Kane.
From Long Island or something?
No, he's Canadian. I'm just a big fan of his. That's all.
I'd get
That's an unbelievable Ozzie Wiesblatt.
Ozzie Wiesblatt. Gibby, you like funny names, so yeah, it's a great story, great kid. A lot of brothers. So,
all right, cool.
All right, moving on. We like this jersey. Coming towards the end. St. Louis Blues. Tom Franklin, host of Blue Notes, hates this jersey. I'm not a big fan. I understand that what they were going for. I almost would have rather them had, again, this was a chance to have fun. Everyone remembers that god awful gradient jersey with the trumpet. Like this was your chance to bring it back and do something with it instead of doing like this jersey. They overthought this. They tried to do a classic jersey and tried to make it a little bit more streamlined while still being classic. They tried to have it both ways and it failed. They should have just gone one way, one or the other. All in on the classic clean, blues with what's his name? That guy who's at every, I'm sorry, Blues fans. I'm not familiar with all of your alumnus, but yeah, I mean, or brought back the weird gradient trumpet jersey or whatever it's called. But yeah, I don't like this jersey. I'm not a fan.
Whenever I just see red and yellow, I mean, again, to go back to McDonald's, I just think of the golden arches, and it just this jersey just reminds me of a soggy hamburger. I really don't like it at all. No.
All right, I'm gonna be a little contrarian. I think it falls like kind of right in the middle of all the jerseys that we've seen. I don't think it's that bad, and I think people will appreciate it more once the full uniform's set up. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that very well may be the case. Moving on, Tampa Bay Lightning.
I like it a lot. The white's a little too big, but I like it a lot overall. Other than that, it's good.
I absolutely agree.
I like the black at the bottom.
Yeah, I agree. I just think the only problem is that white is a little bit too chunky in the bottom. I think you just could have made it. You could even kept it chunky, just made it not quite as big. I understand why they did that. They wanted to really drive home that this was like a classic jersey without it. They didn't want it to feel too much like they were trying to streamline an old jersey, which I understand. But yeah, honestly, what they should have did, just get rid of the black bar on the bottom and then just move that white to down. So you have more blue on top, but you don't have the black bar anymore and the white starts earlier. And I think that's a beautiful jersey.
Yep.
All right, you're missing the raindrops. It's an epic failure. Prime opportunity to have fun. You're in a market. You just won a Stanley Cup. You're in a fun market where there's not a lot of pressure on you to be good. You should have done something for.
You think they should have put the raindrops in the white?
Yeah, that would.
Oh, that would have been that actually might have been cool. Yeah.
Yep. Good job, Gib.
I don't think that would have looked good at all. Oh, no way.
I would appreciate that, James. Now that you mention it, have a little fun.
Yeah.
Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, very similar, but doesn't work. This looks like pajamas. Everyone makes fun of John Tavares and calls them pajama boys. This really looks like pajamas.
This is a disaster. I mean, maybe it'll look good when the whole uniform's put together, but if I'm a Maple Leafs fan again, I'm not happy.
I mean, yeah, I think the biggest thing to me is that if you had made that negative blue space in the leaf all white and then just cut out blue where it was said Toronto Maple Leafs, this might look better. It might look like an X-Man from the 80s or something. And that might have at least worked, and you could be like, oh, I could see Dougie Gilmour wearing this jersey. Mm-hmm. I don't understand the negative space on that Maple Leaf is very strange to me. They should have just made it a big block white leaf with a cutout that's a Toronto Maple. Or hell, just don't say Toronto Maple Leafs. Everyone knows who you are. Just make it a big white block leaf. And I think people would have been like, you know what, this is different. And it's like, I think people would have liked it. But they, again, another original 16 that overthought it. So that's my thoughts on that.
I take back what I said about thinking the original 6 teams hit a home run with a lot of these.
Yes, they did.
Actually, the Canadiens, I think, were the only one that really hit a home run with this.
I agree. Absolutely.
I take it all back.
They all overthought it, and they felt they had to adhere to masters instead of just let their hair down and have fun for once in their lives, and it bit them in the butt. The Vancouver Canucks, excuse me, Jesus. Great. Now I know you can't tell from this because she's got her hand. That's actually a grading effect. That green becomes blue slowly up the jersey, which is kind of interesting.
They didn't do enough of it. I think they should have had a little bit bigger of a transition. Like you kind of lose it with the C, and then all of a sudden it becomes blue.
Yeah, it is. You do notice it more when in other photos. I just didn't have one pulled up, but it is. I don't know if it's noticeable, but it's definitely more noticeable than it is in this photo.
I really don't like the transition, but I love that logo. I think that's a funny logo. That's a cool logo.
It's a cool jersey. Another one I would definitely consider getting. A nice Hughes jersey in that would look sharp.
Yeah.
The better Hughes.
Okay.
You're telling me, bud.
We're coming to the end. So the Las Vegas Golden Knights, now obviously only being in the league for a few years, they tried to like take color inspirations from like I think like IHL teams and other things in the area, or other minor pro leagues in Vegas. But I actually kind of like this one. I know people were really split on this one. Sadie said it looks like someone at medieval times would wear this, and I think that's kind of means it's a win. Like.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever, I don't know if Sadie's ever seen a home game and the antics that they pull. It basically is a medieval time show. It's just a hockey game kind of gets in the way there. I like it. It's one of those ones that I'd like to see in full uniform. I would have maybe have liked to seen them go down the road and honor West Point a little bit, but other than
Yeah.
that, I think it's sharp. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that would have been cool. Yeah.
Now I'm a big kit guy, and I've been going for it. I think this jersey would be. Bear with me on this. They wear red gloves that match the jersey, but they wear black pants and they wear black socks. Just throwing it out there. That way, they look like little. They look like little squires running around on the ice. Like they look like the Musketeers on the ice. So that's my thought for this one. Just going with it.
It would be funny if they came out with the helmets that looked like the old, like when they did the horse. What is that? A duel?
Oh, like in a Knight's Tale, like when jousting.
Yes, if they wore like their buckets were shaped as like those knight helmets that they
jousting helmets. Yeah.
Yeah. They wore jousting helmets just
with
for warm-ups.
Hey, yeah, that might be good. And we're coming up to the end here. I think we have two more. The Washington Capitals. Sorry, this is the only picture I had. It's the giant swooping Freedom Eagle. Thoughts?
That's pretty much all I got. Is that
I gotta find a picture of this.
Sorry.
I mean, I've seen pictures of it. I'm not sold on it. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. I think people are overreacting, but yeah, is my first reaction to it. I just think the bird was a little too big for the chest. Like they could have made it smaller or something. I don't know. And again,
Sorry, go ahead.
I know, like I just why do they like? I know you can have stars on your jerseys, but like, why does a team when they like think they're gonna have a star, they need to put like 60 of them in there? Like, a couple stars are fine, but I don't need to be bombarded with stars everywhere.
Yeah, here's a bigger picture where you can see.
I really don't like the Capitals on the. It reminds me of Buffalo. No.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's not the
stupid.
worst thing in the world, but yeah, if they just left that blank, that would have been fine. And maybe, I don't know, the stars on the wings, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, just get rid of the Capitals writing in that bar, and then there's a few little other tweaks you have to make, but as is, it's just kind of a bit of a head scratcher, And obviously, seeing Lundqvist wearing that thing is going to be real weird. So
yeah,
weirder than it has to be.
That guy looks great in anything.
That's very true. He's a handsome. Yeah.
I wonder how big that guy's house is going to be in DC.
Who knows? Maybe.
I think he's moving down there with him, or they're going to stay in New York.
I'll probably stay in New York. I think. Last but not least, we have the Winnipeg Jets. Now, this is a very divisive one, and most people don't like this jersey. I actually do like this jersey. It's very strange. The colors are weird, and that's kind of like it's so weird. It's one of those things where it's like they tried so many different things that it's like something that I don't think should work, but it kind of works for me. I kind of like it.
It does. It kind of reminds me of an old like TWA ad or something along this line. I don't know. I like it. I like the color. I think the dark gray is cool with the navy blue. Yeah, no, I think this is cool. I could have done without the word Winnipeg under Jets, but I think it's cool. I'm into it. Definitely not the worst.
I do wonder. Sorry, James, what were you saying?
Is that dark gray?
Yeah. Dark gray.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, listen, they went out and they branched out and went with a different color that nobody has, dark gray. I don't think they hit a home run, but I think they hit a triple and brought in a couple RBIs.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
I do wonder. I assume they wear dark navy pants and then gray socks. So yeah, this is one that I say I like it, and I might see on the ice and be like, "That's horrendous." But
true.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, I don't hate it. Well, we did it, gentlemen. That's every 31 retro reverse jerseys. Do we have any parting thoughts, James? Like, what are your big takeaways from this experiment?
As a Ranger fan, I'm pretty disappointed. I mean,
James still there?
Yeah, you can hear me?
I have them.
Yeah, sorry. Keep going.
All right. No, I as a Ranger fan, I'm a little disappointed in their jersey. I was hoping to get a new Lafreniere or Kako jersey, but looks like I'll be getting a standard. I might go for the white this time. But overall, I think the NHL did some pretty cool things. I look forward to hopefully see something like this again in the future. Anybody else?
I think they're, for the most part, they're fine. I'm not a huge jersey guy in general, but they're fine. I don't know. A lot of them could have been way worse. So that's where we're kind of at with that. And thank you guys for having me here today. This was a lot of fun. I told my parents I was coming on here, and they think I'm going to be famous. I'm serious.
I don't know about that, but
you pretty much are already, Gib.
Shout out mom and dad. I know I am.
Yeah.
Andy, what are your final thoughts?
Oh man. Yeah, I mean, I think you both said it best. Yeah, a lot of missed opportunity in this one, but I think that the teams that had the most fun with it ended up having the best jerseys, and I don't think that's any small, I don't think that's a coincidence. It's just, don't overthink these things. Just have fun. These weren't supposed to be third jerseys. They were supposed to be retro reverse, kind of take inspiration from the past and then really playing with it. So if you tried to take the teams that tried to fix mistakes of the past, I think made it even worse. And then, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, overall, there are some real gems. Oh, Cosmo, someone's at the door.
I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you again for having me. This was great. I'll talk to you soon, fellas.
Happy birthday, Gibby.
Take care.
We will always love having the Gibby on. But yeah, obviously a lot of fun. There was supposed to be a lot of fun had, but I feel like all in all, I really only am really passionate about 10 of those 31 jerseys. And then there's a whole bunch of middle of the pack ones, and then there's a bunch on the bottom. As a Rangers fan, yeah, it's a little disappointed with the more. It's like, we talked about, the more you look at something, the more you like it. This is almost the reverse. It's like the more I look at it, the more I'm just like, there's not enough going on for me to want to get this jersey. So
yeah,
we didn't even go into like the weird gray numbers, which I don't really understand, but I know they're trying to change things up. It's just, I don't know. It's just like the fact that there's literally so many different variants on floating around on the internet of like people being like photoshopping, like, is this better? And everyone's like, yes, like unanimously, like, and it, and they all have the same things in common. They extend the colors on the arms. Mm-hmm. They have, more pronounced bars on the jersey. But, I mean, obviously what
red bottoms, and they just look sharp.
Yeah, they look sharp as heck. What saves Lady Liberty is that logo is awesome, and hence people will buy this, like hotcakes, because they love that logo. And I do like to see that the Rangers players, Tony DeAngelo in particular, has been really vocal about wanting to get this jersey back. So who knows? Maybe we'll see it on the ice, full kit, and we'll have a new appreciation for it. But just as a standalone jersey you want to buy for your collection, if you're a fan of another team, or just even if a Rangers fan, it's just, missed opportunity, unfortunately. But I mean, luckily, apparently the Rangers are getting a third jersey as well this season, if that's still happening with the pandemic. So we'll see about that. But who knows? Maybe that they can make up for my disappointment with a cream colored third jersey, if you're listening.